welcome to the Majors Mess Hall podcast, episode 231. I'm your host, Gavin, and I'm joined by Tony. How's it going, Tony?
Bad. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. There's no Chris this week. We almost did get Chris on because I scheduled this for yesterday, not realizing I had plans. So not Chris's fault. And then when I asked him if he was free tonight, he said he was playing, I think he said Dungeons and Dragons with his friends. I don't know what that is.
I don't. What is that where the all get together in a room and act and stuff or
No, I
something
don't.
or
I don't think it's where they act. I don't think it's like that. Like, no, it's not Amdram. I think it's just like I think it's like a card game, is it? Or
No, I'm sure you've got to act. I'm sure there's some acting involved.
can we quick chat GPT this
Hon-
quickly?
Honestly, because I watch The Big Bang, don't I? And they do a bit of an act when they're doing it. But maybe that's
What
just for the
is
show.
Dungeons and Dragons? I'm gonna have to ask ChatGPT quickly just to see what it says. Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, that's what Chris calls it, is a fantasy tabletop role-playing game
There
where
you go,
players
role play.
create characters and go on adventures in imaginary worlds. It was first published in 1974 and is widely considered the original of modern role-playing games.
See, so role
The
play
origin of
acting, isn't it?
basic concepts players. Each player creates a character like an elf, a wizard, a dwarf, warrior, with unique abilities, backstories, and personalities. So you just make this stuff up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like what do you call it? Improv. I'm sure that's what it's like.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't
I,
imagine Chris doing this.
I'm not 100%. I can't imagine Chris doing that. I don't know him that well, but
I
you've got to
think he
be
said
like
he hosts it
eccentric.
or something. Like I'm sure he said he hosts it. I don't know how far back in our conversation it goes, but I'm sure he said something to do with it. He's the host of it. He's hosting it.
Does he go to it like physically, or is it a Zoom thing?
No, I think it's he goes somewhere. Tuesday night I play D&D with my buddies. He plays it, but then he did say I'm sure he said maybe it was in a voice note. He said that I think it was in a voice note. He said something about hosting it or something. Do you know what? Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's let him because we don't know what we're talking about. So there's no point
Yeah.
in getting into it. You know what I mean? What we will get into very quickly is, and I don't know if you've heard this already. This like came out like a few hours ago, but George Wendt passed away.
Yeah.
Who
Norm
played? He
from
played
Cheers.
Norm from Cheers. Yeah, he passed away.
Oh, gutted.
I'm
What?
absolutely devastated, and I know, he was 76, which is, it's not young, but it's not really old. I don't know if he had underlying health conditions, but he apparently passed peacefully in his sleep. But it's still sad. I was saying to my wife about it, like it's when these like you grow up with these actors on TV and musicians as well, but actors because I grew up watching Cheers. That's one of my favorite TV shows, as you know. I've told you that before. I love it more than Frasier. You're more of a Frasier fan, and obviously Frasier came from Cheers, and so
Yeah.
we've talked about it before. But when you grow up with these characters, and then one of them passes away, it's almost like something from your childhood or your past that you
Dies.
love so
Yeah.
much just dies. It's even though it doesn't, like that body of work that he did on Cheers is always going to be there. It's
I
always going to be
know.
there. You know what I mean?
And
Even after we're gone, like it's going to be there, but it still feels like you've lost something.
the older we're getting as well, the more it's happening. Like
Yeah,
TV shows you watched as a kid and they're all dropping like flies, aren't they?
yeah,
But
I know.
obviously it's just part of the process, but I know what you mean. You,
Yeah,
you feel like you've got an attachment to them because you grew up watching them.
you do. Yeah, and I think with his character as well, like the show, they cut like the song of the show, which is where everybody knows your name. I don't know if it was based on him, but like he was the character that when he walked in the bar, everybody shouted his name. He was just loved in that world by everybody, not just like the people watching the show, but like the other people in the show, the other actors, just everyone that was in the bar knew who he was. He was just such a well-known character that it's like it's a big loss. You know what I mean? And you feel it. It's just
Yeah. I don't think he used to leave the bar though. He was always sat on a stool, wasn't
He was always there, and he had the best one-liners where he'd walk into the bar, and the bartender, whoever it was, whether it was Sam or Coach or Woody, would always say something to him, and he'd come back with this like really funny line, and
he? Yeah,
it's
he was
like
like a man of
enormism.
few words, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just come back with
But it
like
was
it was like
funny.
they call
Yeah.
them normisms, where he just come back with a comeback, and it was perfect. Like, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I think one of them was how's life treating you, Norm, and his response was like, um, it's a dog eat dog world, and I'm wearing milk bone underwear. Just like little things like that, where it's just like, oh man, that's funny. And
Yeah.
pour me a cold one, something to do with the cold one, and he'd always link it back to his wife Vera, who you never seen her face.
Yeah, she wasn't in it, was she?
No, but you knew that he loved her so much, but he'd badmouth her and make jokes about it all the time. But deep down, he just loves her to bits.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've seen every episode of Cheers, especially the first like 5 seasons, which is like the best ones, arguably. So many times that I could almost recite every episode. That's how much I've watched it. I just love that show. And
It's
in
a shame, isn't it?
last year, I think it was at the Golden Globes. I could be wrong about that, but at one of the award shows, they did like a Cheers reunion. I don't know what it was for. They were only on stage for maybe 2 minutes in total, if that. And it was Frasier was up there, Kelsey Grammer obviously, Ted Danson was there, John Ratzenberger who played Cliff, and Norm was there, George Wendt was there, and like, they just like did like this little sketch, and he come out and he was just like you could see he's so old now. Do you know what I mean? Like you just used to seeing
Yeah.
him like younger. And he was younger than us. That's the thing. When he was on the show, he looked older, but he was only in
Oh,
his
don't
like
say
early
that.
30s or something. I know it's
Oh
crazy, but it's
no.
true.
But Cliff was his best mate in the show, wasn't he? It was Norm
Yeah,
and Cliff. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah. They were like one of the most iconic duos, on-screen duos, weren't they?
Because I seen an episode of Frasier the other day because I watch that all the time. No, I don't watch Cheers as much as you have, but
Yeah,
they were in that as well. They were in episodes of Frasier as well, so it all ties in, doesn't it?
it does. Yeah, and then he was in an episode of Seinfeld, which is another show I love. Like he played himself. Um, I won't go into like the detail of the plot of the episode, but he was in it for like 1 or 2 scenes, and it was like it's a memorable episode that George Wendt was in. He was also in that I remember him from was the music video for Michael Jackson's Black or White. He was in
Oh, I
that as well.
remember. Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the voice on the track, but he plays the dad in the video, Macaulay Culkin's dad, banging on the
Yeah.
door at the
Oh,
start. George Wendt,
yeah.
yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, he was just like a really big 80s actor, wasn't he? He was really big in the
Yeah.
80s, and then yeah, it's just a shame, man. So
Oh
yeah,
man.
but in his honor, we'll name this episode "Where Everybody Knows Your Name," just as a little ode to Norm. But on a lighter note, today there's two friends of mine that actually they know of you and would have liked to have met you as well because they know you from the podcast. I should have arranged it actually, but they came from Ontario because they love Nova Scotia, and so it's Chanel and Mike. They're married. They're both Trailer Park Boys fans. I've met them before in person. It was like 11 years ago, so long ago. We hadn't long bought this house actually when I met them. I was with Craig. Craig was obviously a host of the podcast. And all listeners will know Craig. And me and Craig met them in Halifax, and I don't know how long. It wasn't. It was quite brief. But anyway, they came back and they're here now for a visit. So I went out with them today, took them around on a tour of some of the Trailer Park Boys filming locations that they hadn't seen before. Stuff that like if you're not a fan, you wouldn't. It's just a building. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter to anyone, but to them, it was like, oh, that's so cool. So yeah, we did a little drive around, and then I've mentioned it before on the podcast, but the Cold Stream drinks that are Cold Stream is like a distillery here in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
They did like a Trailer Park Boys line of drinks, 3 different flavored drinks, and they also did like a bunch of merch. Like this hat is one of the items, and then it's like hoodies and t-shirts and different things. But one thing they did come out with was glassware, which is 3 different glasses to represent each drink. I'll have to show you the cans while you're here, just anyone that's watching on YouTube as well. These are empty cans, but these are the cans. This is the Julian one. Where are we? Yeah, the Julian, which is a liquor and mixed drink, so it's like a rum and coke. And then we've got the Ricky Liquorade, which is like a lime vodka pop. And they're all
Amazing.
really nice, and so much effort went into the cans and stuff. This is Bubbles Orange Tabby to Creamsicle Vodka Pop.
Orange Tabby. Oh, he loves cats, doesn't
He does, yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's cat on the actual can as well. It's like I say, so much attention to detail in the actual cans. But they came out with glassware to go with each drink. And I'd made a comment to Chanel and Mike. I was like, "Oh, the glassware's so nice, like I want to get it one day. It's just awesome." And we were looking at it, and they were having a look around. They picked up a few things they wanted to buy, and then pay for this stuff. And as we left, Chanel turned around, handed me a bag. She goes, that's for being a good friend." And they bought me one of each glass.
Oh, it's so
How nice
nice,
is
isn't it?
that? So nice, yeah. So this is I have to show you. This is the Julian one,
You
which
got
is
to
like
hold that forever now.
well, it's like the stereotypical, you know yourself. Like
Yeah.
Julian always carries a glass like this around with his drink in it, so it's like that's why it's that one. And then Bubbles one is like a taller glass,
That's
and then
amazing.
the Ricky one is like like okay. So Ricky's known for drinking his drinks out of anything. It could be an ashtray or a dog bowl. Whatever will hold liquid, he'll pour his drink into it and sip out of it. He doesn't care. Stereotypically for him, it's a half empty 2 liter pop bottle. He'll cut it in half and just use the bottom and drink out of that. So for his, I assume this is why they did like I've got a drink in it now. They did like a jam jar type one,
That's amazing.
and I love the jam jar glasses. So that's the Ricky one. So yeah, cheers to Chanel and Mike for buying me the glasses, and also cheers to Norm as well, to George Wendt.
It is.
Tony's got his Mackey's drink, McDonald's.
Every time I come on here, I seem to have a Mackey's.
Do you know what? A lot of the time I do as well, to be honest. It's just like for quickness of like, right, I've got to do a
Yeah.
podcast. I need to eat something quick.
Just shovel it down your gob, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Did you take them? Obviously, I don't think you did. Did you go to Bible Hill?
no, they've been here before, and they actually last time they came here was like 11 years ago. It was when they were filming some of the later seasons of Trailer Park Boys, which, as you know, they filmed in Bible Hill, the trailer park up in Truro. And they went up there and I don't think they were in an episode, but I think they watched some of it being filmed. But they definitely had a tour of the set. This is when everything was there. So the actors were there and they got to meet some of the actors and they got some stuff signed. So they had a real good Trailer Park Boys experience there. So they didn't go back this time. Um, but yeah, they just love Nova Scotia. They just, like I find a lot of people that come from Ontario just love it here because you get
Yeah,
beaches and stuff. You don't get beaches out that way. It's like
yeah,
in Nova Scotia, you're no more than 20 minutes away from a beach at any one time.
yeah. You said that to
Oh,
me, didn't you? And it
yeah,
did prove true as well. I've been
it
to like
does.
two beaches, and I've only lived down this
Yeah,
end for like how long? A
yeah,
month?
exactly. And that like say it says you're no more than 20 minutes away, but you and me are close. We're less than like 10 minutes away from a few
Yeah.
different beaches. Like it's that's how it's and you take it for granted. Of course, we're from Liverpool. Where there's beaches everywhere there as well. So we've just grown up with having beaches around. You know what I mean? It's normal for us to see water, an open body of water. It's not for everyone in Canada. Like some people live like right far in, they never see it.
It just all we need now is a bit of sun. It's been foggy for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know it's
Sick
it's
of it.
disgusting actually
Sick of it.
disgusting. Yeah,
Sick of it.
it is depressing. It really
It
is. Like I
is.
was saying to Tony that like the weather actually really affects my mood. If I wake up and it's overcast and foggy, it takes something special to put me in a good mood. Like
This is
today was it
why
was
I
foggy
give you
and
the.
rainy and cold, but I was hanging out with Chanel and Mike, so I was okay. Do you know what I mean? I had a reason to smile. But like yesterday, it was just like I didn't even want to leave the house. I was just like, this is depressing. Where's the sun?
I don't know, mate. There was one day it was nice when it was cracking the flags.
Yeah, one day we got. That's typically what the UK gets.
I burnt my kneecaps. It was that hot, and then that's it. It's game over. Don't tell. When does it start getting hot over here? I mean,
Well, I mean, it's like at the end of this month going into June. So
and
we're
then
getting there. We're getting closer. And then by July and August and September, it's roasting. Like you'll be begging it
scorch
was
you.
cooler. Yeah, it's just really hot. So we're complaining now, but like we're from the UK, so we're gonna complain
We'll,
anyway.
we'll
We're never
complain on
happy.
the when it's hot as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we're never happy. That's just
yeah,
how it is.
never. That's it.
So yeah, let me consult my little list. I should have had this ready, shouldn't I? So unprofessional. It's just so don't forget what we're going to talk about. So yeah, so a few weeks ago we did go and see the Thunderbolts movie, which is old talk now. Like we don't even talk. It's just old. But you and me went with, um, there's some guys that live on the street, Rob, Chris, and John, and we typically go and see like when a Marvel movie comes out, like the four of us will go and see it. So now Tony's now moved, so he lives in the area now. So we've included Tony. So Tony came with us. The five of us went and seen the Thunderbolts, and we did what's the thing called? We did what was it? We paid extra for. What's that called?
It's I don't know, D-Max. I don't
Something
know.
like
That's
that, yeah. And
wrong. I
it's
don't
where
know.
like it's I didn't know what to expect 'cause I'd never been. I'd read up about it, so I had an idea. But like, so basically, you're watching all the trailers, and it's just on a normal screen. It's a massive theater, and you think, why is it so big? It was massive, wasn't it? But
Yeah,
like,
it
why
was
is it so
wide. It
big?
was wide, really
Yeah.
wide.
So watching it, and then all of a sudden, like when the just before the film started, the screen like widens, but then also goes round the walls. So
I
like,
thought a bit. I thought the walls were like caving in on me. I
yeah, I
didn't
know
like
it
it at
was weird.
first.
It's
Yeah,
right the way round the walls, so it's like the whole room almost is the movie, but the main what you're watching mainly is in front of you. So it's just like having this peripheral vision of the movie. It does add to it, and it was cool, really
yeah,
expensive, but
it doesn't stay around. Yeah, it goes again and then comes back when there's
yeah. Oh,
action.
I almost feel like that was a mistake that because that doesn't make any sense. Why? I had said that to Rob, and he was like, maybe it's just so that you don't lose focus of the screen. But like, if that's even going to be a problem, don't do it.
Yeah, just one or the other. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
so I almost
understand
feel
that.
like that wasn't meant to happen. It was like glitched or something because it didn't make sense. Why is it what? It's not like it was like, oh yeah, it makes sense on this scene. It didn't make sense for it to not to be there.
Yeah, but I think it was mainly when there was action scenes. All of a sudden, it was around you, and
Yeah,
then you're meant to focus on the storyline, maybe. But I agree, it should have been one or the
yeah.
other. Like,
I want to go and see another film there, probably with the kids, and then I'll get a better idea of like if it was a whole movie thing or if it's
yeah.
just it was a one-off.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it
had
was
to go and
weird.
see it twice, didn't I?
Yeah, I know. It wasn't even worth seeing once, to be honest. I wasn't. You liked it more than me. I just thought it was like pointless.
I thought it was good. I mean, Marvel's lost the plot a little bit, hasn't it? We both agree with that. But
Well, yeah,
I mean, the only thing I'll say about Thunderbolts is Bob. Bob.
yeah,
I
Bob,
mean, that's all. If someone said to you, "What's Thunderbolts like?" Just say Bob.
just Bob. Yeah, they just
Just
kept saying the
Bob.
word Bob over and over.
Bob.
To me, it's just like you have to, and they'll say don't, but you have to compare it to the Avengers because that's what these guys are. This was another weird thing. Like they've now
I
announced
know.
they've renamed the film the New Avengers or something.
But you know what's on my head in? They released the film, so no one's seen it. They don't know what Thunderbolts is. Then 2 days later, they started ripping the sign off saying the new Avengers.
Yeah,
So people who haven't seen it were going, "Oh well, I'm not going to go and watch it now because
yeah,
the new because I know the plot line at the end is they're going to be the new Avengers."
yeah. But it's
I
this
thought,
bunch of like misfit like superheroes. Like they're just misfits. They're not cool. They're really not cool. There's not.
wait there. The Red Guardian, I love him. He's
He's not
brilliant.
cool though, Tony. He's not cool.
He is, mate.
Listen, I'm not being like this isn't me being like body fascist, but like, what's a superhero, man? Like, not what's he's out of shape.
He's had the super serum, mate, in
It
Russia,
doesn't
didn't he?
matter. It's a state of him.
He's sound. He's funny.
Yeah,
He's a
but it's not. We don't.
legend.
I don't want funny though. When I want Avengers, I want cool. I want to see cool people. I want to be. I want to be Tony Stark. I want to be Iron Man. I want to be Thor. I want to be Captain America, the first one. Do you know what I mean? Even
The
the second
first
one,
one.
fair enough. He's still cool, so I'll give him that. Bucky's cool. We'll give you that one.
Yeah,
Bucky's
but
good looking
yeah, you got to
fella.
give him
He's
that. Yeah,
cool. He's he's strong. Like, and he looks strong. He's physically fit. But like that Red Guardian, what's
no, I
all that
love him.
about?
Do you not think Yelena's cool? She's quite cool.
Which one's that? His daughter.
The main character, yeah. Well,
Well,
she is
yeah,
the
but
main
like, but
character.
yeah, but she doesn't have a superpower. This is what I'm saying. Is that they lack. Look, right. Look at the Avengers.
I thought she's had the serum as well.
Listen, you keep saying serum. That's something I used to put on my hair when I lived in Birkenhead. You keep saying serum. Forget serum, right? Forget that.
Spunk.
Yeah. Spunklube.com. Go and get your spunk lube.
Oh
Um,
no.
but look at this. Right, you've got Thor. He's a god, right? He can fly. He's he controls thunder. He's just amazing. Like the Hulk can pick him up and bash him all over the place, and he's still sound. There's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah,
He's
they've
just a
had a couple of
god.
fights. Yeah,
You've got Tony Stark, who's a genius and builds all these amazing like suits of armor. He's Iron Man. He can fly. He can do everything. He can go to space. Everything. You've got the Hulk. I've just mentioned the Hulk. Don't have to say any more on that one. It's the Hulk. Do you know what I mean? You've got Black Widow. You only have to look at her to go, yeah, she's in. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, but
like even if
she's had the serum.
fair enough, that's one. But this is like a band of just Black Widows. We don't need. There's too many. And then you've got, hang on, go back to the Avengers. You've got Captain America again. Add the serum, super strong, looks awesome. Like his suit is awesome. They're so cool. This new Avengers, like it makes Hawkeye look amazing.
Who's Hawkeye?
Who's Hawkeye?
You Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Is he in the new one?
No, I'm saying they make him look cool.
I'm with you.
He was the
Okay.
original Avenger that was like he's a
Yeah,
bit shit.
because
He
yeah,
doesn't do anything.
he's the most uncool one. I know what you're
He's just
saying
got a
now,
bow
yeah.
and arrow. That's it. But he
And then
made
Sam Wilson apparently is going to be the head of the new Avengers, the new
so
Captain
that's the
America. But he's got no
yeah
serum, he's got nothing. He's got some wings.
yeah.
That's about it.
I know. I don't like it. I don't. I actually don't like it. And to me, it just there's no one cool in it. I think Thor's back in the next one, which is something.
But I don't want to spoil nothing. I've read that they're doing a farewell for him, like Tony Stark.
He's already dead.
Who?
Tony
No,
Stark.
no, they're going to get rid of Thor. They're going to give him a Tony Stark-esque ending in
Yeah.
the new Avengers. So that'll be the end of him. Be no one left.
Spider-Man's not even in it, so you got that's not cool, is it?
Oh, I reckon he will be in it. They're just teasing us, mate.
Do you reckon? Yeah.
Hmm. He'll definitely be in it, mate. They're just
I don't
like
think.
they're blagging your head.
Do you think Deadpool will?
Well, if they want to save the whole cinematic Marvel universe, he's going to have to be in it. Hey,
Yeah, but what's his name? My mind's got Ryan Reynolds has said like, no, you can't put him in the Avengers because that's what he wants, and if you give him what he wants, then you've got nothing to work with. So like, you can't give him what he wants.
no, he's probably lying. He's probably in
That's
on
what I
it.
mean. That's what I'm thinking. Is he
Yeah.
just saying that?
He's a wind-up merchant as well, isn't he? So,
Yeah, I just can't imagine him being just in like he's the star of his own films. I can't imagine him just sharing the limelight.
did you see the TikTok video of the fella who broke into the set, Avengers Doomsday?
No,
Yeah,
really?
he broke in. You can watch it online. And you know what? I was watching it. I was dead excited.
You're gonna say you reckon it's set up, don't you?
No,
Oh,
he was in the set, and he
yeah.
had like a big plate of fruit. He pretended that he was part of the set, and it was crap. It was just a little street with Chinese writing on. So everyone's saying, "Oh, that's Shang-Chi and the Lord of the Rings thing or something." What's his name?
Oh, fucking. Do you know what? I haven't even watched it. I
I,
lost it.
I
I didn't see that, and I didn't see the Eternals either.
I haven't seen it myself. Mate, the Eternals got panned. They have never brought that back up again, have they?
No, it's like a forgotten about thing, innit?
It's gone west, hasn't it? It
Yeah,
needs to go the other way. But I
yeah.
reckon Deadpool is the only person and Wolverine who can save this now.
I think Wolverine will be the next one to get announced because all the other guys are in it from the X-Men. Well, not all of them, but like a lot of the main ones are in it.
But yeah, watch that video, TikTok of the fella breaking into it. It's
Yeah,
only
I'll have to.
about
Yeah.
30, it's about 30 seconds long, but you
Is
can
it?
see a
Yeah.
little bit of the set, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it. God, that's. And what about the next one that's coming out? The
Oh, the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. Oh, God, how many times are you going to remake the Fantastic Four before they just give
I,
up?
I'm not interested at all. I'm not even going to go and see it, you know.
Yeah, but listen, okay, that's fine. But at some point, Rob's going to ask if we all want to go. So
All right, I'll go. All right, good. I'm going to definitely bring a cheeseburger this time, mate. I was starving in there.
you did bring one, didn't you?
Well, this is the thing. So I want to get something off my chest here. So I went round to Gavin's, right, with two cheeseburgers in my pocket, and they were hot. Cheeseburgers are never normally hot, but they were scolded, and I had one in each pocket so we wouldn't know. And I was gonna, what, it was burning my legs. So what I was gonna do, my plan was, as soon as the opening credits come out, I was gonna pull the cheeseburger out and go, "Yeah, Gav, you know, they're cool." Like Del Boy and Only Fools and Horses. But Gavin scuppered me plans. He was munching on a big sub when I got there.
Yeah, I was a two
So
boys sub.
so I just went, listen, I've got two cheeseburgers here. I'm just going to eat them, mate. Next
Yeah.
time. Yeah, tell Rob I'll go, mate. Yeah, yeah, but I'm not looking forward to it though. Do you know what I mean?
The only thing that looks good about it is because what is it? Pedro Pascal's in it.
Yeah, but you love him now because you're watching The Last of Us,
I
aren't you?
do, mate. He's brilliant, you know. But I like the money. He was in The
I didn't like
Mandalorian as
it.
well, so I liked him from that too.
I started The Last of Us and there was too much going on, so I turned it off. Like, my head was battered.
Oh, for God's sake, too much going on, and you're like the fucking Thunderbolts.
I was watching, like, they were in like a Parkinson Jonathan Ross talk show.
Yeah,
And
that's the start.
the next thing, everything, the helicopters, the problems.
Yeah, because you're
Uh,
not reading what's on the screen on that bit. The talk show thing. It literally says like something like 1968 or something. It says on there
it
because
looks
that's
like it
the year.
was. Yeah,
That's the
but there
year.
was
Then it skips forward to 2003, and it fucking says it on the
maybe
screen.
maybe I missed that bit, then I blinked or something because it was
Fucking
quick.
hell, mate.
But then there was too many problems going on, and I got stressed out and turned it off. There was too many things going on.
Too many problems.
There was too many things at once. It was like when I started watching Game of Thrones. There was a midget, fire, people on horses, and spears, so I turned it off.
Yeah.
There was too many things going on. I thought my brain can't
Well, I don't
comprehend
know why you
this.
like. I don't know why you like the Avengers. That's literally a film made up of just like a million different people on one film.
Yeah, but
Keeps changing to where it's going.
they introduced them casually. Like, here's the Hulk, here's Iron Man. You know the backstory. Do you know what I mean?
The Last of Us is brilliant. I'm well into. I just finished season one, so I'm going to start season two tonight. It's brilliant, and I'm playing the game as well. So like I'm playing the game whilst I'm watching the show. Although I have kind of played, I've watched way more of the show than I have played the game.
Well,
But yeah,
that's another thing. I did play the game as well, and the zombies were too fast, so I haven't played it since.
yeah.
I
Well, you can
couldn't.
change the difficulty on it, make it really easy.
Right, okay.
I've got mine set on the easiest because I thought, well, because you can change it as you go through the game, which is good. And so I thought I'll put it on the easiest and I'll see how I do. And it is hard, even on the easiest one. So like I've just left it. It's on the
Are you
easiest
one of
one.
them? Are you one of them people who wants to don't really care how difficult it is? You want to get through the story on a game?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, like I'm one of those players that gets frustrated if it's too difficult. Like I can't be doing with it. It's too if it's too difficult. I'm like I've paid money for this. I need to get past this bit now. So fuck off hitting me. So I put it on the easiest setting.
Fair play.
So
Okay.
now they have like because it was always like easy, medium, hard. Now they have like something below easy, easy, medium, hard, and then expert,
Yeah.
which is just mental to me.
I thought Red Dead Redemption was too easy, to be honest with you. You couldn't really
Yeah.
change that either.
No, that's fine, though, mate. Red Dead's one of the best games, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that one. Right, okay. So moving on from that, give us an update on Siren and how that's getting on. Siren is the business that Tony is setting up.
Right. Thanks, Gav. Right. Anybody who's listening here in Nova Scotia, I've took me a year, designed an app. It's available now. It's live on the Apple, Google Play Store. Download it. It's free. And on there, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you work supporting them in a admin setting, if you do their filing or wherever, if you're police, fire, ambulance, you can get discounts on this app. So on the app, it'll be businesses saying thank you for your service. Here's what we're going to offer you. So I'm quite proud. It went on the stores live last week, and I'm going to start getting the word out there and stuff, and hopefully, touch wood, it takes off. And we're working with the IWK as well. So every time someone uses the app or advertises the businesses on it, it's going to contribute to them as well. So that's good.
Yeah, and the IWK is it's the Women and Children's Hospital here in Nova Scotia, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the biggest children's charity in the Maritimes in Atlanta, Canada.
Yeah,
So like people with like kids with problems in Newfoundland and New Brunswick, they come to the IWK.
yeah, they do.
And
Yeah,
it just so happens, obviously, Gavin's mentioned that I've moved down here. My wife's a nurse and she actually started work in the IWK as well, which is weird.
yeah,
Oh, she works there now as well. She said the stuff in there is incredible, the way they treat the kids and
yeah.
the stuff they do for families and stuff. It's amazing.
So is she gonna put some like flyers up for us and stuff in there?
Yeah, I don't. They're not allowed. I don't think that they got to print it on a certain type of paper. Apparently, would you believe it or not?
What? Why?
Something to do with Nova Scotia Health. I don't know.
Oh,
So
there's always something, isn't there?
I know. So Jenny, my wife said just email it to them. So I've got me contacts at the IWK, so I'll see what they say. But I'm going to get it in all the hospitals. So I've got an appointment in Truro Hospital on Saturday. I've already spoke to them and she said, oh, just hang it up on the wall. Just go round putting them up. So I don't know. I don't know if she was authorized to say that to me,
Yeah.
but I'll probably just do it anyway and see what happens. You know what I
I'd
mean?
do it like I'd just go put them up. What's the worst someone's going to say? You can't do that. Just go, all right, yeah, and then just carry on.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, just turn a corner and carry on.
Exactly. All I need, I'm just trying to put it out there and up there so people can get discounts.
Yeah,
All I need to get up there is the QR code so people can download it, tell their mates. Anybody in Nova Scotia can use it.
yeah.
And
But it's good.
I'm proud of it as well because it took me 8 months to design it.
Yeah,
So it's like my baby. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. It's
So
taken a long time to do, but
it has.
it's slowly coming together now, isn't it? So it's
Yeah, we just need businesses and people to use it, which
yeah.
is the
So
next
it's
step.
Siren. So just to let everyone know, you type in on Google. Do you start again? You type in on the Google Play Store and the Apple Store, Siren Rewards, and it's going to come up. It's going to be the first one that comes up. Download it.
Yeah, and don't forget,
Even if you don't think you're going to use it to help us out, download it anyway. Just because the more people that download it, the more it's going to be suggested to people that can use it. So you'll be doing us a favor.
yeah, word of mouth. Yeah, well said.
Yeah, yeah. So, and if you are able to use it, then use it. It's great. It's a great app. The concept is amazing, and let us know as well. It'd be really cool and interesting to know what it is you've used on there. What if you found it interesting, even maybe some advice on what you think might improve the app. Stuff like
Yeah,
that would be
yeah,
cool.
definitely. Yeah.
Word of mouth, and yeah,
Welcome to
it's all good
ideas.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. So, so yeah, that's in the pipeline for stuff that's coming up. I'm going to be helping Tony with the online stuff, and also I'm going to try my best to try and get some businesses on board as well. That's the plan. So I'm a little bit like nervous about it because I've never done anything like this before. But Tony's like very confident that I'll be able to do it. So going to do my
100%.
best
Yeah.
anyway.
Just explain them what it does. I mean, it sells itself.
Yeah,
Everyone's helping each other, so that's the way it goes with it.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, which is awesome. And then another other good news to mention as well is that our Facebook page, the Majors Mess Hall Facebook page, has just received what they call a Rising Creator badge. And what that means is, I'm gonna have to go to at this screen grab it to read out what it says, but it just says this badge recognizes you for posting content that's original, received strong audience engagement, and meets quality standards. Your page may now be suggested to people as a creator to follow. That's a massive step for us in the right direction of getting more followers on the Facebook page, and then obviously in turn getting more listeners to the podcast. So if you're a new listener who's found us on Facebook, send us a message and let us know. It'd be great to hear from you. But yeah, I'm proud of that. And that was off the back of just posting some different posts, some different memes, some Trailer Park Boys related, some not Trailer Park Boys related, and yeah, they got a load of likes and responses and impressions, and yeah,
Congratulations. Do you know what, mate? You really put your like heart and soul into this, and
10 years, mate.
that's what I mean. 10
Be
year
10 years this
anniversary.
September that I've been doing it, so it's like it's a long time. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing it. I'm not saying I'm going to wrap it up, but I definitely want to at least get to 10 years to say I did 10-year run with it. Um, and I've had so many different people over the years that have come in and helped with the hosting and all kinds, even like designing the music, the logo. Like I've had just the best people. Like so, it's not just me. I've stuck it out this long, but a lot of other people have kind of thrown the towel in and stuff, and I moved on and done their own stuff. But to this specific show, I've dedicated myself to it, and this all started because a friend passed away. We named it after him, and so it feels like he's still with us by doing it. So it's
That's
another
nice.
reason why it's another reason why it's important to me. So um, with that said, Scott Powers, who was a host on and a creator on this podcast for many years, he has got his own podcast now called the Powers Point Podcast. and he suggested today that we should do like a joint episode where basically what we do is we just all so me, you, and say Chris will do an episode with him and his two co-hosts. So there'll be six of us on, and the recording will be uploaded to our platform and their platform,
Oh, that's a good idea.
both as a Majors Mess Hall episode and a Powers Point podcast episode. So
Brilliant idea.
yeah, so we're gonna do some proper planning for that one, come up with some little games and things, and do it properly. But yeah, that's in the pipeline of something to look forward to that we're gonna do. So
Don't forget as well, I have mentioned it to you a few times. We need to, someone needs to interview you for once and
yeah,
do
I mean, it has been done in bits over the years. It's not like it's never been
like
done,
a
but
10-year one. What have different experiences you've been through in 10
yeah, I mean,
years doing this? Be a
well, you
great
do it then.
idea.
You come up with the questions then, and we'll do it.
Yeah, I'll grill you, definitely.
Yeah, brilliant. Talking of grilling, can you tell us about Hot Dog Gate?
Oh my God.
This is
That,
brilliant. This one, go on.
that was one of the weirdest. Well, it's not weird, it's me, innit?
No, it is weird. It is. It's
Right.
you, and it's weird.
Yeah, it just happens to me. I don't know if I'm just like a magnet for it. So anyway, moved down to Dartmouth, haven't I? Me and my wife. Well, I can't remember what I went to mall. The mall's down the road from me in about 8 minutes, the Mick Mac Mall, it's called. So anyway, it's got like lifts or elevators, sorry. So I said, I'm not going up them escalators. I said, I'm gonna take the lift. I'm dying for a drink. So we took the lift up to the top
Oh,
floor. Go on.
oh, no, I was going to say, so
Oh,
escalators, the stair, yeah, the stairs.
yeah.
You didn't want to take the stairs. You wanted to take
Oh,
the elevator.
yeah, but what are escalators here?
That's what I mean. You had the stairs.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
See, yeah, okay. So when I got to Tim Hortons anyway, so I said to Jenny, right, I'm getting the lift back down the elevator, right?
yeah.
So I'm standing in the elevator
Because you
and I
say when you
heard
say lift, it makes it sound like you're just going to lift yourself up and float.
like Bob. So I'm standing in the lift,
Bob Ross.
stroke elevator. And some woman goes, "Excuse me, can you hold the lift?" And I looked outside and there was a fella quite a bit ways away, in a wheelchair. And he's proper giving it the beans, he's trying to wheel himself over.
That's
And I
can I?
thought,
I'm going to cut you off again, and I apologize.
go ahead.
That's what that elevator's for. You do know that it's for people that aren't able-bodied. So
Oh,
women with prams, people in wheelchairs,
oh, I wasn't meant to be in it.
apparently you you as well. You weren't really meant to be in there, but you were
Well,
helping, so it's fine.
I've got a bit of a sore foot. So anyway, so I thought to myself, shall I go and help him? But he seemed like headstrong. He's like, I'll do it myself. So Jenny held the lift for him, and he comes in and he goes, "Oh, thank you guys." This is my Nova Scotia accent. "Oh, thank you guys." And he must have heard our accent, and he went, "Oh, where are you guys from?" And I'm like Liverpool. And he went, "Oh, you're visiting?"
I'm trying to
And
picture this guy. Little black fella, was he in a wheelchair?
yeah,
Looked like
he
Don
was.
King.
He looked like Don King. Yeah. Have you seen him before? Have you seen him before?
No, I just had a picture of Don King in a wheelchair.
Is he still alive, by the way? Don't even know.
I don't, I don't actually know.
I'm gonna have to Google that in a minute. So anyway, the lift's going down. So I thought to myself, right, I'm going to ask him, does he want me to push him anywhere? Do you get me? So I said, listen, mate, do you want me to push you somewhere? And he went, would you mind taking me to the seating area? And I went, yeah, okay. So I said to Jenny, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just pushing this fella, to where he wants to go. So we're walking around and I seen a seating area. So I went, do you want this table, mate? And he was like, yeah, yeah, I'll have this table. Could you move the bench out the way so I can get in? So I was like, yeah, okay. So I moved the bench out the way, pulled him right up so his legs are underneath the table. And I went, all right, mate. So and he went, can you get me an hot dog? I went, I went, I was just taken aback because I thought that was it. I'd done what I needed to do. I thought it was over. And I went, I didn't know what to say, and he went, and a soda. So
So he
I
wants you to
went,
buy him a meal.
yeah, he added the soda on. So I'm like, so I fully, honestly, I fully expected him to get in his hand in his pocket and pull out, like at least $10, something like that. So I
Yeah.
went, where do you want the hot dog from, like? And he went, there. And I looked over, I remember seeing the menu, it was 10.99 for a hot dog. Honest to God. And a soda. And I think it was part of a meal deal. My brain's going, I'm not paying for this. So anyway, I went, I'll be back in a minute, mate. So I walked, I was looking for my wife, and I made the mistake. I walked around in a circle and ended up back at him, looking for Jenny.
For God's sake.
So then Jenny appeared. And when I walk around in this circle, I was thinking, he's cheeky, him, mate. I've just pushed him where he wanted to go. So then I went to Jenny, and didn't realize he was just to the left of me. I went, he wants an hot dog, like that, to Jenny, and he must have heard me. And she went, no, that's not happening. No, no, she said, does he give you any money? And I went, no. So then I went, come on, let's go quick. He must have been able to air all this. So we
So you
legged it.
stood right next to him and you're saying all this.
Yeah. So I walked in, I went, come on, let's go, let's get out of here, keep walking, like. So I said, well, what's all
All
that
you have to
about,
do is
like?
get to the stairs and he would have stopped.
Oh, God. I just thought, but you know what? Looking back, I think he tries that with everyone. That's
Yeah,
like,
probably, yeah.
I think he's part of them all. Do you get me? He's
How
like,
long do you think he sat there for before he realized you weren't coming back?
you text me that, right? I don't know. But you know what I did as well? My way out back to the car was past him again. So so I
Oh my
went the
God.
I went the longest way out the mall you've ever seen in your life
So you
just
didn't
to
have
get
to go
back in the
back
car.
past them.
And Jenny said, I said, what if we see him again to my wife? And she said, oh, we just thought we'd go to Costco to get you the hot dog, and you weren't there when we got back. And I was like, Jesus, yeah, but he's definitely part of them all, definitely. I'll see him again.
Good old Don King.
Don King, Jesus Christ.
Oh man,
He
that's
must have
hilarious.
thought he must have thought I was a tourist.
Yeah,
Because I don't think I said I live here. I don't think I said that to him.
yeah.
So he must have thought I was easy pickings, the hot dogs are on me, like.
Yeah, you must have. Don King is still alive, by the way. As of yeah, May 2025, still alive.
Is he in a
Born
wheelchair?
August. No. Born August 20th, 1931. So he's 93 now. Yeah.
And I
But
just want to tell everyone as well, a few hours later, we were talking about beaches before. I went to the beach with the dog and my wife. And I said, Gavin, I'm at this beach, it's good. And he went, oh, there's a nice little shack on that beach. They sell nice hot dogs, go and get him one.
yeah. Well, yeah, because you said I want an ice cream. Why is I know where to buy an ice cream? I said there isn't there. I said, but you can buy hot dogs if you want to get that fella one.
Yeah, he'd have probably still been sitting there waiting for it.
Probably at that point, yeah. Yeah, he's probably
Wow.
still waiting. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I had on the list. This was more just like a filler episode, just to give people updates on what's been going on and stuff. So we can wrap it up now. We will be back again in maybe a week or two. We'll try and do it maybe next week or this coming weekend. We'll record something and put it out maybe one day next week. Because I know Chris is eager to get back on again. And he was gutted that he couldn't be on this one. So, um, and we can talk to him about Dungeons and Dragons and find out what all that malarkey is
Yeah,
about.
I'm dying to know about this now, seriously. He's a bit of a thespian by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was some sort of card game. Do you get dressed up in
No,
that?
Yes, yeah, I've heard that you can, like, yeah,
Really? Yeah.
honestly,
So he'll be like,
yeah.
he'll have a sword and that.
Well, have you seen Stranger Things?
Yeah.
There's Eddie, the fella, I think he's Eddie. His name is in the show. He's in the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's the dungeon master in that show, and he gets dressed up and all that.
I think that's who Chris is, the master.
Yeah, Eddie's the dungeon master. Now, listen, I might be a little bit off the mark there because it's been that long since Stranger Things like brought anything out, but I'm sure it's like role play the dungeon master and stuff like that. Yeah,
I'm looking at. I've typed in because I want to see if I can see some images, but it's mainly just like the movie that came out and different. Yeah, it's not really. There's no. I just wanted to see like if it showed people dressed up, but it doesn't. Yeah, that's weird. What if I type in Dungeons and Dragons fans? Let's see what that pulls up. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of nerds sitting at a table. No offense,
yeah.
Chris. It's just a picture I'm looking at. No one's dressed up
Ed,
though.
Eddie Munson. Yeah, I'm just googling it now. He was like,
Eddie Munster.
yeah, we'll have to ask him next time. Definitely, 100%.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
him on.
yeah. I'm just interested. No, I don't want to play it. I'm just interested in how you do it. I think
Yeah,
Scott plays it as well, but he plays it with AI because Scott's like well into AI stuff. So he just everything's AI with Scott at the moment. He just loves AI. He's obsessed with it.
liar.
He sends me songs like where he goes, "I've written this song." And he'll send me the song. It's just an AI song.
It sounds like always sound like country songs, don't they? When the AI
Yeah,
songs.
it's getting better, but like I can't. How can I say this without like making it sound like a dig at people? Because it's not. But I can't fully get behind AI because it's not. Let's see, I'm all for if you're talented in something that you do, whether it's writing, singing, acting, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. If then you should be commended for that because it's a talent and you've done it yourself. But if you're using AI to do something, you can't really take credit for that. It's not you.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm not
But
fully on board with.
you don't know what's real anymore. People send emails with AI. They do everything
Yeah,
with the life with AI. You don't know what's real anymore, do you?
yeah.
I know what you mean.
Like as far as I know, like Scott will, what he tells me is that the song that he's showing me, he's done the lyrics. But I would be more impressed if he just typed up the lyrics and sent them to me as a poem and said I wrote this,
Yeah.
than sending it to me in a song form where he didn't come up with any of the instruments, he didn't come up with the melody, he didn't come up with the song. It just didn't come up with any of that. He's just come up with the lyrics, and that's all I can take away from crediting him with, not the actual song itself. And maybe that's the musician in me, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
just
probably is.
can't. Yeah, I can't get on board with it. It's a weird one. It's fascinating. I mean, I do funny pictures all the time using AI. It is fascinating, but I don't go around showing people it and being proud of it. Do you know what I mean? I'll do it and it's just funny.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, look what I created because I didn't really create anything. It's the AI did.
It's
So
scary though, isn't it? It really is scary a little
it
bit, but
is.
it's helpful as well. It really is. But as we've discussed, it lies a lot as well.
Yeah, well, you and me, we get into arguments with it, don't we? Like full
Uh,
on arguments. Like,
Jenny said to me the other day, we were watching the telly and I was on my phone, and she went, "You look like you're gonna kill someone." And I was like, "I'm arguing with AI."
yeah,
And she was like, and that was actually a word that came out of my mouth. I'm
yeah.
arguing with AI, and I was thinking, "Oh God, what's happening?"
Like I said to it, what was I trying to find out today? I asked it a question today and it come out with just bullshit. Absolute but
Yeah,
I asked it, okay, I'm always looking for people to get on the podcast, always. And I look for actors who've been in things that I like where they've done a small part because you stand a better chance of getting people who've done small parts. And there was an actress in an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I just wanted to know what her name was so I could look her up and see if she was a potential guest. So I typed in, didn't know what her name was. Didn't know she didn't. A character didn't have a name. She just worked in a sunglasses shop. So I typed in Kirby Enthusiasm sunglasses shop, and it come up with like a plot of the episode that didn't even exist. I've seen those episodes a million times, and it's like Larry decides he's going to sell sunglasses. I'm like, no, he doesn't. Where have you got that from? Where's AI got? That's a lie. So then you
it,
go, no, you're wrong, and it goes, sorry, thank you for correcting me on my
yeah.
on my mix up. Mix up. That's just you've just lied. It never
You
admits to lying to you. It's just like sorry about the mix up.
I just say, listen, what are you playing at here? You're full of shite. And then it doesn't argue with it. It goes, yeah, I am. I am full of shite.
Yeah, it does. And then if you keep pushing it and you get really pushing, you're saying you're pissing me off and you're making me fucking angry because you keep lying. It goes, you've run out of free goes.
Yeah, get with you that
Come
way.
back in 24 hours. It cops out.
Yeah. Shitbag.
It runs
Shitbag.
away. Yeah, can't argue with it. It's feeble, like it's like a little
Yeah.
mouse. You can't argue with it at all. It just runs off.
Yeah. Exactly. It
No
says at the
accountability
bottom,
at all.
ChatGPT might make mistakes. Mistakes?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's not a mistake. That's just
Oh,
fucking wrong. Like
yeah, definitely.
that's just a lie.
Flies.
Terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, sick of it.
So with that said, Don King might be dead.
When you said Donkey Kong might be dead.
Donkey
Oh,
Kong. Right, okay, wrapping it up. We'll be back in a few weeks. And thanks for listening to the Major Mess Hall podcast. Cheers, Tony.
cheers, Gav.
See you next time, mate.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.